What if the way you sleep is actually the way your soul breathes? What if one simple posture, one that almost no one talks about, could charge the field of light around your body, the same way the sun charges the earth at dawn? Before we go any further, tell me, where are you watching this from right now? Your bed? Your living room? Maybe a quiet corner where only your heart can hear this. Because what you're about to listen to isn't just information. It's a remembering. There's an ancient posture, hidden in old healing cultures, spoken of only in soft whispers and hinted at in a few forgotten texts. A way of resting the body that opens a quiet current inside you. A current your nervous system has been waiting for. If you listen closely, maybe you can feel it right now. A gentle pull behind your ribs, a faint warmth rising near your spine. Almost like your body knows where this is going. In the book, The Secret of the Golden Flower by Richard Wilhelm, there's a line that says, "When the body is aligned, the breath becomes light, and the light gathers where it has always belonged." People read it and think it's poetry. But it's not. It's instruction, a direction, a clue. Tonight, I want to give you something simple. Something your body can do without strain, without effort, without forcing anything. A posture that allows your aura, your field, your quiet electricity, to recharge on its own. But before you try it, I want to ask you something gently. Have you noticed that some nights, you wake up more tired than when you slept, even when you swear you slept enough? Or that your chest feels heavy, your legs tense, your breath shallow, as if your energy was fighting storms you never saw? Most people blame age, but age has nothing to do with it. It's the position of the spine, the angle of the breath, the collapse or opening of the vagus nerve's pathway. Something your body tries to whisper every night, but you're too exhausted to hear. And maybe tonight is the first time in years that someone is finally telling you the truth gently. So before we open this door, sit with one question for just a moment. When you sleep, do you rest? Or does your body survive the night? Feel that question in your chest. Let it echo for a moment. Your answer matters more than you think, because what I'm about to show you isn't a trend. It isn't a trick. It's a forgotten alignment. A way of letting your body surrender so your spirit can rise. Stay with me. Let your breath soften. And let your body remember something it has known for centuries. You felt that question from the intro, didn't you? The one that touched your chest like a small trembling bell. Most people spend their entire lives sleeping, yet never learn how their body actually wants to rest. The technique I'm about to reveal is not a new invention. It is older than the oldest prayer you know. It appears in fragments across cultures, in Egyptian night rituals, in Ayurvedic rest positions, in early Christian desert mysticism, and even in Taoist energy manuals where silence was treated like medicine. But somehow, in the noise of the modern world, it disappeared. And the body has been paying the price ever since. This technique is simple, almost too simple. It asks you to place your body in a posture that allows your breath to fall into its most natural rhythm. The rhythm your nervous system recognizes as safety. Not effort, not control, just safety. When the body feels safe, the aura expands. Not in a mystical, dramatic way, but in the soft glow you sometimes feel when you wake from a dream that left you peaceful. Even if you can't explain why, imagine something with me. Close your eyes if you can. Picture your spine lying there, resting like a quiet river. No twists, no pressure. Just alignment, so subtle and humble that your body begins releasing the stress it held for decades without you even noticing. This technique focuses on three things: the angle of your spine, the freedom of your diaphragm, and the quiet opening of the vagus nerve, your body's built-in pathway for calm. When these three settle into place, your energy field shifts, your heartbeat slows, your cells stop defending themselves. They begin repairing. They begin charging. In the book, The Way of Energy by Lam Kam Chuan, there's a line that says, "Stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the alignment of all forces into harmony." That is exactly what this sleep technique does. It harmonizes. It does not force. It does not strain. It simply asks the body to return to the place it functions best. Gentle alignment. The ancient healers believed something profound, that the aura is not created by meditation or rituals. The aura grows naturally when the breath, spine, and heart are not fighting each other. And maybe you have noticed this in your own life. Those mornings when you wake up feeling unusually light, almost protected, as if something was watching over you during the night. That wasn't luck. That was your body finally resting in alignment. Even if only for a few minutes, this technique brings that alignment intentionally. It works because of something beautifully simple. When the spine is supported correctly, the diaphragm rises and falls without interruption. When the diaphragm moves freely, the vagus nerve signals the brain that you are safe. And when the brain feels safe, the aura becomes stronger because your energy is no longer leaking into anxiety. Think about it this way. Every night, the mind empties. But the body needs direction. It needs a position that tells every muscle, you can let go now. That is what this posture is. A signal, a permission slip. A small doorway through which your entire energy can return to itself. And here's something you may not have considered. Most people sleep in ways that compress their lungs, curl their spine, and weaken the natural electric flow around their body. They don't realize it because it feels normal. But normal doesn't always mean nourishing. This technique works quietly, gently, without drama. You don't need to hold your breath. You don't need to pose like a statue. You don't need to memorize complicated rituals. You simply lie in a way that lets your body do what it has been trying to do since the day you were born. Reconnect to its source. Now let me ask you something personal. And I want you to answer this in the comments if you feel comfortable when you wake up. Does your chest feel open or does it feel heavy? Your answer tells more about your energy than any medical chart ever could, because heaviness means your aura is dimming during sleep. Openness means your energy is rising. And this technique is built for one purpose: to bring back that openness every single night. Your body is wiser than you think. It remembers things you have forgotten. And as you learn this technique, you will notice something beautiful. Your sleep becomes a conversation between your breath and your soul. Keep breathing softly. Your body is listening. And now that you know what this technique is, it's time to understand why it works on a deeper level. Have you ever wondered why some nights feel heavier than others, even when you sleep the same amount? It's not just in your imagination. Your body, in its wisdom, is constantly sending signals. Signals about alignment. Signals about safety. Signals about energy. When your spine rests in the posture I just described, it is not just about comfort. It is about communication between body and mind. Let me explain gently. The vagus nerve, your body's long, delicate messenger, runs from your brain through your neck and chest, all the way to your abdomen. It is like a soft thread connecting your heart to your breath, to your cells, and even to the subtle field around your body. When you lie in this position, the vagus nerve is allowed to send its quiet signals. Signals that say, you are safe. You can let go. You are supported. And when the vagus nerve whispers that message, something remarkable happens. Your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that controls rest and repair, activates. It slows your heart rate. It relaxes your muscles. It allows energy to circulate naturally. Even your aura, your energy field, responds. It becomes more coherent, more luminous, more resilient. This is why ancient healers always emphasized posture during rest. Not as ritual, but as science. Not as mysticism alone, but as alignment with the body's own intelligence. In the body keeps the score. Bessel van der Kolk writes, when the nervous system is allowed to settle, the body remembers its own innate capacity to heal. Rest becomes a vehicle for repair. Notice the word vehicle. It carries your energy to a place your mind cannot reach alone. It is quiet, almost invisible, but it is profound. Think of your energy field as water in a pond. When the water is disturbed, the ripples scatter. Stress, tension, poor posture all create ripples. But when you lie in alignment, the ripples calm. The water clears. Light penetrates deeper. You feel it in subtle ways. A warmth across your chest, a gentle tingling in your spine, a softness in your breath. The scientific explanation is just as gentle as it is real. Heart rate variability improves. Breathing deepens. The autonomic nervous system, the balance of fight and rest, shifts toward peace. And this is where mysticism and science meet. Your aura, your subtle field, is simply a reflection of your body's internal coherence. When the nervous system rests, your energy field expands naturally. When the body is calm, the mind follows. When the mind follows, the spirit awakens. Some people feel it immediately. Others notice it over days or weeks. Either way, the effect is cumulative. Here is a question for you. As you imagine this process in your body, can you feel any subtle warmth or ease in your chest? Comment below what you notice, even if it is just a small shift. And here's a fascinating detail. The position you lie in affects the diaphragm, the largest muscle for breathing. A free diaphragm allows a deep, gentle inhale and a slow, complete exhale. That slow exhale sends a calming signal to the vagus nerve. It tells your entire system, relax, you are safe. You are supported. Even your biofield responds. Energy pathways, what some call meridians, begin to flow more freely. Blocked areas open. Your aura brightens. This is why science and spirituality are not opposed. They are two languages describing the same truth. The body is intelligent. The body remembers. And alignment unlocks what has always been yours. Some nights you may notice a subtle shift in mood the next morning. A quiet clarity, a sense of protection, or even a stronger connection to intuition. These are the measurable effects of an aligned nervous system and coherent energy field working together. In this subtle body. Cindy Dale explains, energy follows intention. And intention is strongest when the body is in its natural state of rest and openness. So you see, this isn't magic. It isn't a fleeting trend. It is your body doing exactly what it knows how to do, when you give it the space and position to do it. And now that you understand why this posture works on a scientific level, the next step is to experience it directly. To place your body exactly as it needs, to feel the spine align, the breath settle, and the energy awaken. Because knowing why is only the first part. The real transformation begins when your body participates. Do you feel ready to let your body guide you? We will step into that together next. Now comes the part where your body becomes the teacher. Where your spine, your breath, and your energy meet in a quiet, deliberate dance. Let's begin slowly. Find a soft, flat surface. Your bed, a yoga mat, or even a carpeted floor will work. The goal is support, not rigidity. Lie down on your left side. Yes, the left. Ancient healers whispered that the left side carries the heart's natural current and allows energy to flow upward from the diaphragm, along the spine, and out into your aura. Bend your knees slightly. Not tight. Just enough for comfort. Now tuck your right hand gently under your cheek. Let the left arm rest along your body, slightly forward. Feel the gentle lengthening along your spine. From tailbone to neck. Each vertebra finding its natural space. Take a slow, deliberate breath. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 1. Exhale softly through your mouth for 6 counts. Notice how your chest opens. How your belly softens. Imagine a soft golden light rising from your abdomen, traveling up your spine, spilling over your shoulders, and forming a halo of calm around your body. This is the core of the technique. Small movements, small shifts, have enormous effects. Your nervous system responds instantly, even if your mind doubts it. Now, here is a subtle variation. Place a small, firm pillow between your knees. This allows the hips to stay aligned, preventing tension in the lower back. The spine relaxes even deeper. The aura begins to expand without resistance. Another variation is for your arms. If resting your right hand under your cheek feels uncomfortable, try resting both hands in front of your chest, palms slightly up. This opens the energy channels along the shoulders and arms. Your heart feels lighter. Your breath feels wider. As you lie here, notice your face. Relax your jaw. Soften your eyes. Let your tongue rest lightly against the roof of your mouth. Even this small detail allows your parasympathetic nervous system to signal safety, letting your aura become more coherent. Visualize energy moving like a river inside you. From your heart, along your spine, out through your hands and feet. Every inhale gathers calm. Every exhale releases tension. Your body is the riverbank. Your posture directs the flow. Your awareness becomes the gentle current. If you feel tension in your shoulders or hips, adjust slightly. Small changes matter more than perfection. The goal is comfort, support, and flow. Stay with this posture for at least 5 minutes. Allow your body to guide the breath, not force it. Your spine will tell you if it is right. Your chest will whisper if it needs adjustment. Now notice something remarkable. Even without moving, your aura begins to feel larger. Your body feels lighter. The stress held in muscles, often unnoticed, begins to dissolve like morning mist. Bessel, Van der Kolk. In the body keeps the score, writes. The body can release the trauma it holds, once it is allowed to feel safe in stillness. This posture creates that safety. It invites the body to let go. It allows energy to circulate. As you continue, you may notice subtle tingles or warmth along your spine. This is normal. It is your nervous system waking, aligning, and communicating with your subtle energy field. For a final variation, try a soft twist. Gently rotate your upper torso a few degrees backward, keeping knees bent and hips aligned. This opens additional pathways along the spine and shoulders. Visualize light expanding outward, forming a quiet protective cocoon. Breathe slowly. Observe the difference between your left and right side. Feel the gentle pull of energy along your left side. How your aura seems to stretch quietly into the room around you. Here's a question for you. As you experience this, do you feel a difference between your chest and your back? Share in the comments which area opened first. Your insight might help someone else feel the shift. Now take a final deep breath and notice how your body feels. The spine elongated. The diaphragm free. The energy field calm, soft, and luminous. This is not about forcing a result. It's about listening. Your body remembers its natural alignment. You are simply giving it permission. And once your body has learned this, the changes continue even when you are awake. Your posture improves. Your aura strengthens. Your nervous system remembers the rhythm of safety. Now that your body knows the movements, the next step is even more subtle. To feel the inner effect, the quiet emotional and spiritual shift that comes when the body, mind, and energy field align. When the body finally settles into that quiet alignment, something gentle begins to happen, not outside you, but deep within the space you rarely visit. You may first feel it as a soft looseness behind your ribs, as if tension that lived there for years suddenly remembers how to melt. Or maybe it's in your lower back, that place you carry worry without even noticing. For some, it begins in the throat, a tiny release, a tiny freedom, like an old story finally losing its grip. These shifts are not dramatic. They are not loud. They are not meant to be. They unfold the way morning light enters a dark room. Quietly, softly, with a kind of grace you can't force. Your nervous system knows this posture. It recognizes it. And when it does, your emotional body begins to respond. There's something sacred that happens when the spine is held without tension. A clarity rises, not in the mind, but in the heart. As if your emotions, long folded, long hidden, finally have room to stretch. You may notice old memories surfacing gently, but without their usual sting. The posture gives them space to breathe, and space is often all a memory needs to pass through without pain. For others, the shift appears as stillness. A stillness so deep, you might wonder if it was always there, waiting behind the noise of daily life. Your aura responds to this stillness. It steadies. It expands. It strengthens its edges. Not as protection from the world, but as a soft boundary reminding you, I exist. I matter, I am here. In the book, The Untethered Soul, by Michael Singer, there is a line that whispers like truth. When you relax and release, you are returning to the seat of your soul. This posture is exactly that, a return. Not to childhood, not to youth, but to the quiet center within you that never aged. Some people describe the emotional shift as a gentle loosening in the chest, the kind you feel after a long cry, even if no tears come. Others feel a glowing behind the heart, as if something warm is leaning against them from the inside. Some experience a sense of being watched over, held or guided, especially those who have lost loved ones. Not a vision, not a voice, but a presence. A tenderness that doesn't need proof. When the aura charges, emotions lighten. When the spine aligns, thoughts become softer. When the breath deepens, forgiveness becomes possible. You might find yourself thinking of someone you haven't spoken to in years. Someone you miss. Or someone who once hurt you. The posture opens the heart in a way that reveals truth without fear. Not to relive pain, but to release it, and sometimes the emotion doesn't come from the past at all. It comes from the body finally recognizing peace. For many, especially women over 55 who have carried years of silent responsibility, this posture awakens an emotion rarely named: relief. Relief that the body can still change. Relief that energy can still flow. Relief that life still responds. Here's something tender. Some viewers say they feel a quiet wave rise from their belly to their throat, and then to their eyes, like something sacred is asking permission to be felt. If this happens to you, welcome it. It is your nervous system letting go of stored heaviness. Not in a dramatic purge, but in a peaceful unfolding. Let me ask you something gently. As you imagine yourself in this posture, do you feel anything moving inside you? Warmth, tingling, loosening, or even a soft ache? Share it in the comments. Your experience may give another woman courage to trust her own body. Your aura during this shift becomes clearer. Emotions that once felt tangled begin to separate. Thoughts lose their sharpness. The mind stops trying to solve everything. The spirit starts to speak in simple ways, through breath, through silence, through the soft pulse under your ribs. You might notice that your dream world becomes deeper. Colors brighter. Symbols clearer. The subconscious finally feels safe enough to speak. Or you may find that waking moments grow lighter, you move slower. You speak softer. You choose peace over urgency without even thinking about it. This is the emotional recalibration. The inner balancing. The quiet return. Your energy becomes a mirror again, reflecting who you are without the weight you used to carry. Stay with this feeling. Even if it's small. Even if it's faint. Even if it's new. Because soon, this shift becomes something you can use every day, not just in sleep, but in the way you breathe, the way you rest, the way you enter the world each morning. And that is where we go next. into the gentle daily practice that continues this awakening long after you leave the posture. Now that your body knows how to rest, let's make it part of your daily life. Start small. Even 5 minutes a day in this posture can begin to shift your energy. Lie on your left side, knees slightly bent, spine aligned. Breathe slowly. Feel the diaphragm rise and fall. Notice the golden light of energy moving along your spine. Do this every night before sleep, or even during a quiet morning moment. Consistency matters more than duration. Over time, you may notice subtle changes. Your sleep deepens. You wake feeling lighter. Your chest feels open, your thoughts less crowded, and your aura naturally brighter. Even your emotional reactions soften. Stress that once seemed overwhelming becomes manageable. Mood swings calm. Your nervous system remembers safety and begins to restore balance automatically. If you maintain this practice, you may even notice small miracles, old tension dissolving, better digestion, a natural ease in movement, a sense that your body and spirit are finally in conversation. In The Healing Power of the Breath by Richard P. Brown and Patricia L. Gerbarg. They write, regular awareness of the breath and gentle positioning of the body can retrain the nervous system to operate from a place of safety and peace. This is exactly what your daily practice does. It retrains your body, your nervous system, and your subtle energy. Here's a gentle question for you. If you started this tonight, how would your body feel tomorrow morning? Take a moment to imagine it. Share your thoughts in the comments. Even small insights help your spirit remember what peace feels like. The key is patience. Allow your body to guide you. Do not force results. The shift unfolds slowly, beautifully, naturally. And every night, your aura grows a little stronger, your energy a little clearer, your sense of calm a little deeper. This daily practice is not a trend. It is a quiet return to your body's wisdom. And if you follow it, you are inviting a lifelong change, a gentle awakening that continues long after your eyes close each night. Now, take a deep, slow breath and feel your body in this moment. The spine aligned, the diaphragm rising and falling, the energy field around you gentle, luminous, and awake. This is your quiet victory. Not seen by others, but deeply felt by you. Your body remembers. Your nervous system whispers. Your aura hums softly, and it doesn't stop here. This is only the beginning. Every night, every session, every breath you take in this posture becomes a step toward a fuller, calmer, more radiant you. Some nights it will be easier. Some nights harder. And that's okay. Even subtle awareness counts. Even small shifts matter. Because they accumulate. Like tiny drops of sunlight gathering to warm the earth. If you feel this transformation, you might wonder what comes next. There are other points, other postures, other subtle alignments waiting for your discovery. One gentle shift opens the doorway to the next. One mindful breath guides you to deeper calm. In Eastern Body, Western Mind by Anna Dia Judith, she writes, when the body is honored, the soul expands. The energy pathways light up naturally. This posture is your first invitation, your first honor, your first spark. I want to ask you softly, what did your body whisper to you tonight? Where did you feel the light rise first? What subtle shift touched your chest, your back, your heart? Share it in the comments. Even a few words can create a ripple in someone else's awareness. If this video awakens something in you, consider it a quiet call from your own spirit. Subscribe to the Spine Gospel to continue this journey. Like or share if you feel the subtle shift in your energy. And reflect, truly reflect on how your body, mind, and aura are aligned tonight. Remember, this isn't a race. There is no rush. Your energy, your aura, your spine, they are teaching you patience, gentleness, and presence. If tonight you felt a spark, imagine what happens when you explore the next point, the next posture, the next gentle unlocking of your body's wisdom. Your spirit is always ready. Your body is always listening. Your aura is always growing. And now in this moment, you can rest in the knowledge that change is subtle, change is gentle, and change is already beginning. Softly breathe. Feel the light expand. Let the spine, the breath, and the aura speak to you. This is your sacred rhythm. This is your quiet awakening.